Okay, good morning guys, welcome back. We are in today for a full day of eating. It's 6.5 weeks out, so let's crack into it and see kind of what I'm eating. Now we may actually have a fuel adjustment today, so I actually just took checking shots, if you want to take a look here. So, checking shots today. So let's see what Cuba says. Weight this morning is sitting at 117.5, so I reckon we may get a little bit of fuel adjustment here today. We'll see what happens. I'm going to crack on and cook my rice anyway before I go on my morning walk. So I will do this every day, every second day, and cook like a kilo of rice here, and this will just set me up for the day. So I'm not even going to go and kind of get meals ready at the moment, just in case he does adjust. If he doesn't, and I'll crack on with the food and I'll show you what I have anyway. But just in case he does, I'll just cook it, I'll leave it here, I'll go on my walk, and then by the time I get back, he should have over what he wants me to do. So, rice cooker. This big industrial rice cooker is an absolute game changer. I don't know how I would go without a rice cooker anymore. It's so handy. So I would literally put water in this, put it in here, go on my walk, and when I come back it's going to be done. I don't even have to look at it. So it's the handiest thing ever. So
imagine if you hadn't met me.
Huh?
Imagine if you hadn't met me.
Yeah.
You still be cooking in a pot.
Ages now to cook the rice the best. But yeah, that's my check-in done. Rice going on, go on my walk, come back, and then we'll dig in and see if there's any changes being made. So with the morning, obviously it's full day of eating, so I don't just eat straight away. I'll get up, I'll do my vacuums, I'll do my pose, and I'll take my check-in. I will obviously cook the rice, get any meals together I want to get ready. I will take my morning subs as well. So subs, GH, L-carnitine, T3, T4, etc. as well. I will take all these, pretty much, half an hour or so before I go for a walk. Then 10 minutes prior to a walk, I'll actually have a black coffee, and then I will go on that walk. So there is the press of goodies. Usually the night before I will fill, obviously night subs there, and then the morning subs there, and then I'll bring this upstairs with me, so as soon as I wake up I'll be able to box off morning subs before I even start the day. So yeah, I'll actually do a video going through supplementation at some stage. So we are back from the walk. We got absolutely soaked this morning. I've been pretty lucky for all this prep, to be fair. I don't think it's rained once when I've been going on that walk, so we will take it. And like I said the other day on Instagram, your skin is waterproof, so that is not an excuse not to be able to get your steps in. We're back. A couple of changes have been made to diet as expected. So yeah, we're ready to crack on a little bit from here and just push things forward a little bit more. Very, very minor adjustments, as you will see today as I go through food. I don't need crazy, I can literally put calories at 200, and there's a big change in my physique, a big change. So I'm expecting that over the next few days. So we literally pull like 50 grams of carbs across training days and rest days from here, and then if we need a bigger push over the next week, we will take it. But I think this should be enough just to push me along that a little bit more. So I'll go through the few adjustments. Now we're going to tuck into meal one now. Meal one, 100 grams of rice is now down to 75 grams. So that's the first adjustment today on training day. So 75 grams of rice, 200 grams of 5% fat beef mince, and 100 grams of frozen blueberries. Obviously I have my peppers, which I have 30 grams of, and then my mustard, with 2 grams of salt, and my seasoning as well. I also still have 10 IU of Lantus in with this meal as well. Food is still 4,000 calories. Carbs are still pretty high here, so that is still in for the time being. But as food comes down over the next couple of weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if that was pulled out. Here she is, the beautiful frozen blueberries, and there is this beautiful meal as well. With the blueberries, I put these in the microwave too long and it just becomes soggy. There's just the right time. So I think I put them in for about 40 seconds, and they're not too warm and there's still a bit of a coldness in them. You can tell that I'm starting to get a bit hungry now. But yeah, this is going to go down very nicely. Okay guys, we're back in for meal two. So meal two is similar enough to meal one. So there's 2 grams of salt going on. So meal two was the 100 grams of rice as well, but you did pull that back down to 75 grams today. So Another 25 grams of rice gone. So that first 2 meals altogether, that's 50 grams gone from both of them in total. So 75 grams of rice, 200 of the mince again, 30 peppers, and then we have my seasoning and my mustard. Let me get this dispersal across the meal, right? Is that the right word?
Close enough. Close enough.
Has to be like the exact same. And then that's the one. So that's the mince, and then we have 100 grams of pineapple, which I put into the microwave for a minute on the button, and that'll be perfect. So 100 pineapple and this beauty, and this is my meal too. I'm hungry today, so yeah, we'll dig into this. One thing you'll see with the meals, when I said like 30 grams of peppers and the seasoning, the mustard, etc. as well, at the very start of prep, I know exactly how much mustard I'm using. I kind of weigh it out. I weigh out the peppers. As you get deeper into a prep or a diet, you're going to want to subconsciously add more veg, add more sauce, add more seasoning. As cravings start to get higher and hunger starts to get higher, you'll want to add more of this stuff in. So because I have that calculated from the start, I know that there's no deviation. That's staying the same throughout, because I'd rather not start bringing more sauce in, bringing more pepper, etc. in as well, because I know it's going to be additional calories that I just don't want. So if there's food drops, I don't want to be trying to counteract them food drops with more veg, you know, with more sauce, etc. as well, because maybe hitting 200 calories off, but I may be adding an extra 30 calories on for more veg, etc. So I just don't. So I try and keep things standardized on that front, so then when there's drops, it's accurate and it is what it is. So little tip. Okay guys, meal three for me is always pre-workout. So I'm actually loving this meal at the moment. So we have 125 grams of rice, 200 chicken by 30 peppers again. This actually hasn't been adjusted, this meal. I have 150 grams of banana with this as well. So that is pre-workout going to go down now. This was actually, maybe you've seen before, it was 60 grams of whey with this, but as hunger is starting to creep back up, and as, you know, I want something a bit tastier, I've brought the chicken in with this meal. So yeah, it's going down really, really well. Fills me up, really gets me ready for, because I don't like going to the session, you know, obviously you're going to be hungry at times during the prep, but I like going to the session trying to feel as full as possible. So, you know, I feel really fucking good going in. So that sits my stomach beautifully, and that's doing exactly that. So that is pre-workout. That'll go in, that's going in now. So it's probably about like 70 minutes between now and kind of my first working set, or maybe 80 minutes. So that's kind of the way I like to work things with my pre-workout meal. So some new oversized bits. So oversized tees, and in the back on these are pretty cool as well. So they're big. It depends on what session I have. Depends on what clothes I wear. So we have this white one as well. Oversized club, and then, so it depends what session I have. I like, for legs, I like baggy clothes that are like dresses on me. And for a push, I always end up wearing this t-shirt. Don't know why. Things just feel good in different sessions, and I feel comfortable in that session. So I think we all have our own little, don't even know the word I'm looking for, little things like that.
Habits.
Habits. That's what, yeah. Don't even know what I'm trying to fucking say. Fuck me. But yeah, pre-workout meal. Okay, so this is Intra workout. I have to actually bend down because I can't even get in this camera properly. But Intra, this is where there's been a few adjustments being made. So first of all, I did have pomegranate juice, 100 mils, but that is pulled out. So that's some calories pulled out here. This is the cyclodextrin I am using, carb 5. This is from 60 grams down to 40. So 20 grams of carbs pulled out from Intra. 5 grams of creatine. 5 grams of glutamine. And then, these are EAAs I'm using at the moment, the Conte ones. Essential Gains, 20 grams of EAAs. So that is Intra. I have my bottle, I have my trusty funnel here as well. So yeah, that's going to be my Intra workout, which I will start having literally as soon as I start training, and it'll be finished kind of like just before my last exercise as well, so I'll be gone. But yeah, that is the other adjustment in today's food. And just before this camera actually dies, I will show you post-workout. 125 grams of rice, 200 blueberry, 60 whey. That is post-workout, 0 adjustments here. Camera's about to die, so I will catch up with you after my session for that next meal. Okay, we are back. The camera is back charged as well. It is after the session, so just going through that post-workout meal. And we had the rice, 125 grams, the whey, 60, the blueberries, 200. So now that we're getting a bit hungrier, there's a system for this, okay? So the salt goes on the rice, and the rice is eaten first, okay? Then the blueberries, eat half of them, right? Then I make the whey into like a paste, so a little bit of water, and mix that into like a sludge into a paste, and then put the second half of the blueberries into the paste. There has to be a system. Unbelievable after your session. But yeah, it's strange seeing me actually enjoying food, but yeah, that is a nice meal. Even the rice on its own, people laugh at it. Honestly, rice is absolute king. But yeah, that was post-workout meal. Really good session boxed off today. Push session. Everything is going super smooth training wise. Touch wood, hit wood. But everything's going super smooth, so really good session. But yeah, I'm a bit bored. I've done it sunbed, so I'm a little bit bored. And I have this fucking thing on my head as well. But gotta go to the next meal. Meal 5. I had to sit down to this. All work is boxed off. Shower is had. All my steps are done. Now I can sit down and relax. So I actually watch a bit of YouTube with this one as well. But yeah, we have 100 grams of the wonderful jasmine rice. We have 200 grams of the wonderful chicken, the Aldi chicken. And then we have 30 grams of the wonderful peppers and the mustard again.
The mustard's not wonderful.
My brain is going a bit mad. The mustard is wonderful.
You didn't say it was.
What?
You didn't say it was.
The wonderful mustard, the
there
fantastic mustard. So that's that. Then we have 100 grams of apple as well. Apple, meal 5. No changes to this meal, by the way. I'll actually just double check, can't I? It's made now, so I'm going to have to start taking stuff out with this. But let me just double check. No, this meal is the same, and the last meal is the same as well. So no changes to this meal. So far the only changes were 25 grams of rice out of meal 1 and 2. The pomegranate juice out. Pomegranate, yeah, I'm in my brain. And then 20 grams of stick dextrin pulled out as well. So they're the changes so far. This is meal 5. I will see you for the next one. Right guys, we're about to finish the day with meal 6. Last meal of training day food. 75 grams of my rice, 200 grams of my lean beef, obviously peppers and mustard, and then 100 grams of the pineapple. So that is where we are sitting at 6.5 weeks out. That is what we are eating to get ready for the show currently. Obviously a few adjustments made today to foods to see a little bit of reduction here. So as you will see, it's a pretty decent amount of food for 6.5 weeks out. And I'm not saying, you know, everyone can do that, but I'm just getting away with being able to eat this much. And I usually do when I diet. I get away with getting leaner faster and easier than most people. But regardless, when your body fat is low, it does not matter how much food you're eating. When body fat's low, you're still going to feel just as bad as somebody that's eating 2,000 calories or less. You know, it's the body fat levels that make you feel how you feel. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I've had preps where I've ate sub 2,000. I've had preps now where I'm eating this amount. You know, whatever is needed to get me ready. Once I'm ready, it is what it is. You know, we do what needs to be done to get to where we need to be on stage. And it just so happens that this time round, we're able to eat a pretty decent amount. So I'm not complaining. But that is today's food boxed off. 6.5 weeks out. I'll go through another one of these in a few weeks when food is probably adjusted a little bit again. But that is me finished today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting, kind of what I am eating at the moment, even though it's pretty repetitive, you know, throughout the year. But that is me done. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, I really appreciate it. But yeah, subscribe. Weekly, these videos are going to be uploaded. Come September, there's going to be a couple of weeks as well. We're going through show season, so there's a lot to look forward to. So if you are enjoying them, do follow along. And yeah, I hope you look forward to them.